Morning Stretch with Miss Imani. This is the last day I'm going to talk about more, right? We're dedicating this stretch to more. And I've been sharing with you, if you haven't been, if this is your first time watching this series, about how I've been waking up in the morning and giving God moments of silence. I started off doing it during the day, and now, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I give God that time. I call it moments of silence. And I first started off with 2 minutes, and I've been asking everybody to just try 2 minutes. And I remember that 2 minutes feeling like it felt like five, and because I just wasn't being still enough. And then I did five, and then the next day I did 10, and then the next day I did 30. And I stayed at 30 since then. And what I'm learning, it was a sacrifice to do it, but from the book I'm reading called Healthy Emotional Leader. Healthy Emotional Leader. I've been showing it. Do I have my book over there? Nope. And that has been teaching me about actually taking Sabbaths, times where I rest once a week for 24 hours, and taking moments of silence. And what I've learned in that time is that the Bible is full of example of how God desires for us to do that. And in the world we're living in, everything is fast. Everything is fast. Matter of fact, I can't, with social media, if you're not interesting enough for me, I'm already flipping. Because time is money, baby. Time is money. And so, since I've been taking these moments of silence, I recognized that it allowed me to spend time with God, not just God being with me. I realized that once I move out all of the sounds, not really moving them out because I recognize that they're there. Because I thought at one time people would be like, oh, it's good to meditate and all that stuff. Meditate on the word and just clear your head. And I'm like, well, I still hear everything around me. I hear that. I hear that. I hear my own thoughts. I hear everything. And so what I've learned recently is not about necessarily not hearing them, but for me, it was acknowledging that they're there, but then separating them and then acknowledging the stillness aside from those. So taking those sounds and those things that's going on in the house and the little nuances of noise, acknowledging them, and then letting them go far. They just go further out, and then I zoom in on God, which is often that just stillness, that still place. And many times you hear in the Bible like God had a still small voice of God. And that's where I've been able to find it, is in the stillness. And it's a practice. I'm going to do it every day. And my goal is to get better and be able to connect even quicker, because that time is so precious. It's precious. And it's where God is able to actually download to me. Speak is where the relationship happens. It's where a blessing is too, because I was working, getting things done, good things for God. I work at a church. I'm a youth pastor and a creative arts director. So my whole life is serving. And so it's not about so much not doing that, but the thing comes, especially church folks, it's so easy for us to miss it because we're doing such great things. But never do we want to get to the gates of heaven and God, you did all of that. And God said, yeah, you did all that, but I don't know you. I never knew you. And because we never spent time, God knows all things, but we never spent time. We never had a relationship. And so I just wanted to share that with you because it's been so rich for me. And it's not something that happens overnight. It is certainly not something that happens overnight, but it's so rich that I think it deserves a try. It deserves a try. So let's get into this morning stretch. I have my mat out. I don't know about you, but I got mine out. And I want to get started. I'm going to do some very simple movement in dedication of this series, because one of the things I've learned is that less is more, especially when it comes to God. Like, God wants to give to us. He wants to fight our battle. He wants to do it. He wants to take, put the burden on me, burdens that we really can't carry. He wants that. He wants the relationship desperately with us. And so sometimes we think we got to strive. We got to strive. It's just natural because that's how people are. You got to strive to get their acceptance. You got to strive, like, let me at work to try to get a promotion. And it's the opposite with God, because through Christ, through Jesus Christ, you have been accepted. If you just say, come into my life, I want you, you're accepted, period. Period. No discussion. And in Ephesians, I believe 2 says, we are saved by grace, and that not of yourself. That is right. It is a gift of God. And so it's given as a gift. And that's sometimes hard for our mind to receive. And so moments of silence gives us an opportunity to commune with God, our heart connect with God, so that maybe not in the English language, but our souls can receive that acceptance and that just powerful, unconditional love. So let's do some simple stretches. Less is more. Simple stretches. What's most important is that you do them correctly, but they will be very simple. So just listen to the instruction and trust the simplicity. Oftentimes people think they gotta lift weights and do this hard lifting, but let's see what God does through the simple things, through the simplicity. Let's see how you feel after this morning stretch. All right, are you ready? So this is what we're gonna do. I hear my alarm going off, so I'm gonna stop that, but we're gonna start with the monster stretch, the famous monster stretch, which is very slow movement. Slow movement. That's your check-in stretch. See how you doing, how you feel. Nothing big. It's your first stretch. Don't kill yourself now. Don't kill yourself. Just move. And I got a tag hanging out. Look at me today. I should rip this tag out. So move. See how your neck is doing. That's one of those areas. See how your back is doing. Stretch your back. Little subtle movements. Move in ways you don't normally move. And just breathe deep. And you know what today? We'll take moments of stillness so that you can reflect and think and give your stuff to God. What have you been carrying? What have you been worrying about? Let's see. Let's just try it. Let's try God on that. Let's just be like, just take the burden off, take the anxiety, and let me just be with you. You say that you comfort me and that you love me. Just talk to God. All right? So we're going to keep it simple. Every stretch is 60 seconds. You will hear a ding, and that means we're going to the next stretch. I don't know what we're going to get with this music because I have it on this playlist made for me that has various music. So let's just go with it. Are you ready? Let's get your timer. And there's your timer. Monster, a stretch. Here we go. There we go. Make your own. far as you can without lifting your heels and straight. Squeeze that butt lift. Nice. From here, you want to go up the leg, just up and down. That's it.
truth. Make us like you, make us humble like you. You're humble in your heart, God. Humble and human, willing to bend, you are fashioned of flesh and the fire
over on your stomach. Go ahead and just have your legs at the distance of your mat. And just roll up. Slowly stretch your back and roll it down. Remember, just little movement. If you have any back issues, be careful. Don't force it. Gentle. Pick up that right leg. Put it on the opposite side. And rest. One leg is straight, the other leg is bent. And breathe. You try to get this back leg flat as you can. That knee up as far as you can. You can squeeze that butt to press it forward. Kind of awkward. And breathe. Go ahead, roll back on your stomach. Leg is stretched out. And down. Other leg. It's our last breath. Enjoy. At your own pace.
Activity completed.
You did it. You did it. You did it. You completed the morning stretch with Miss Imani. Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday. Feel good. I feel great. This is more. This is the more stretch where Miss Imani is learning that less is more. Have you ever heard how people say, more money, more problems? Less can be more. When we're not striving, we're not doing the work. We let God do some things. We got to know how to balance that off. Because obviously I'm not going to sit in this house for 24 hours and have moments of silence. I got to have moments of silence, and then I got to get up and go work out that faith and work out the things that God has given me. And sometimes we do want to just stay. Let me just stay right here. But we got to learn how to get what we need, have that moments of silence, break that anxiety and that depression. Break it. Okay? And then go out in peace and do the things that God has called you to do, knowing that God is with you. He's with you at every speed. He's with you when you slow down. He's with you when you have to get up and do what you got to do. So when you go into that job, you know that God is with you. And if God be for you, who can be against you? Who? Nobody. So I'm praying that you will go into that job. You will go at that project. You will go at that production you have to do, the book you have to write, the script you have to write, that you will go at that with a level of confidence, knowing God is with you and you are with Him. And that's who you get your instruction from. You can't lose. You might have some obstacles. You might have some bumps in the road. That's natural. That's life. But you don't have to take that on. By grace, you have been saved, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, lest anybody boast. For you are God's workmanship, created in Him for good works. Period, Pooh. Well, I hope you enjoyed your stretch. I hope you, through this little series we did, I hope that you find a little more balance in your life and know that you're not alone. Even though sometimes it might feel like nobody understands and you're all alone, you are never alone. And that you will take some time to not drag God around with you, but to just sit down sometimes and commune with Him and be refreshed and renewed. Balance. I'm going to say this last thing for those who know about the 5 love languages. I forgot his name that created the book, that wrote the book about the 5 love languages, but there is no love language there's no language that has not come from God. Christ is love. So whatever languages, that's a good way to look at how God loves us and how God expects us to love. And one of them is acts of service. Then there's another one these are my 2. Quality time, acts of service, quality time. So we talked about quality time, spending quality time with God. Then there's words of affirmation, speaking well of Him, speaking of His goodness, words of affirmation. Then there's physical touch. Some of us like a hug. So does God. And the only way that you can touch God is when you find that quality time. It's in the quality time. And there's one more. Gifts, giving. We love through our giving. Some people feel loved when they receive a gift, not just any gift, but somebody that spent time to think about them and give them something special. Even if it's something that's handwritten, even if it's something that's made, or a precious diamond, a precious ruby, they feel loved when they receive a physical gift. So we can love God through our giving as well. Through our giving. all five languages. All five. It's about finding that balance. And acts of service is action, it's moving, it's doing, it's getting things done for God. That's all I have to say this morning. You have a fantastic Friday. I have an interesting Friday, so I got up to this morning to get this stretch on before I have to leave today. I'm here every morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please like, please share, and definitely comment. Thank you for your comment, DJ. Thank you for your comments, Dr. Danaji and Eldridge. I appreciate Juan. I appreciate your comments. And Tony, I hope you are feeling better. Thank you, Gwen, for your comments as well. Peace and blessings, y'all. Until next time.